How's it going, guys? My name is Tavarish, and today my cheap Lamborghini will play the sound of its people. So if you guys are new to my channel, thank you so much for watching. Hope you guys like it, and if you like what you see, consider subscribing. It would really help me out. But this thing behind me, this magical car that I built in my garage, well, not the whole thing, just this sort of back half, is my 2008 Lamborghini Gallardo Spider, and I just got it started this week. I'm very excited because it has been a long time coming. I made this whole turbo kit, well, not me, a welder friend of mine, my welding Jedi Tony, helped me make this awesome turbo kit basically from scratch. But when I turned this car on, it did exhibit some slight issues. But you guys know me, I am not very easily discouraged. This is not gonna beat me, and this is not a catastrophic engine failure. This seems like an issue with the ECU, it seems like a wiring issue, it seems like something acute, not chronic. Let me explain what I mean. If a car is running and then it stops running because maybe there's a bad air-fuel mixture, it's running rich or running too lean, it usually bogs down and it's a gradual death for the engine. But this is a very hard stop. It just revved to 2.5 grand and then it stopped. So I did get it to rev to around 3.5 grand and then it stopped. So I know that the problem is still somewhere lurking in this engine. Now the thing that I have to check is the ECU. So I have to plug my computer into the ECU. I have a Cyvex standalone engine management unit after all, and I have to check all the sensors. I did have two interesting errors when I put the ECU on the laptop scanner, and it gave me an error for a fuel composition sensor. There was no signal there. And it gave me an error for one of my throttle bodies. So the throttle bodies are right here. There are two of them. What they do is they basically regulate air going into the engine. They're just valves, in case you guys didn't know how throttle bodies work. These are actually quite advanced. Well, they're not advanced for 2018 standards, but for 2008, they were pretty up there. This has no throttle position sensor, nothing like that. Everything is electronically controlled. So the only thing you have to connect to this throttle body is a little connector here, and that connects not to the ECU, not to the stock ECU, but actually there's a throttle body computer specifically made for the throttle bodies, and it is separate from the stock ECU. Now, these are actually wired directly into my Cyvex standalone management unit because that was done after the car was made. One of these throttle bodies is giving me a code for positioning failure, meaning that it's not getting the signal for what position it's in, therefore it can't meter the air, therefore it doesn't know how much air is going into the engine. I think that might be what's cutting off my engine at a certain RPM. So what I'm gonna do now is a little bit of a backyard technique, a little bit of a, it's not exactly as per Lamborghini's factory service manual, but I'm just gonna take off the hoses. I'm going to turn the car to the on position. I'm not gonna turn it on right now because the car is still running not very well. And I'm going to press the gas pedal down and see what happens. So you guys will see if things are opening as they should, or if things aren't opening, then we know that that's our culprit. So yeah, let's check these out. And also you guys get to see how a Lamborghini's throttle body is open. I've actually never seen it myself. All right, so we have our throttle bodies exposed here, and they look pretty decent if I do say so myself. Now, they are just valves. They're just very simple valves, and what we're gonna look for is that they open just a little bit. It's not gonna be 100% because this is still gonna be on a limp mode because the temperature of the engine is still cold. I haven't actually started the engine. So this should open between 40 and 50% when I press the gas all the way down. And you still should see some movement between the two. And if we don't have movement on one or even both, then that's going to be a really expensive proposition because these are really expensive. I believe a new one of these is about $2,000, or last I checked on eBay. All right, so here goes nothing. I have the car in the on position and Pressing the gas down now. Anything? I'm gonna have to review the tape. Well, there's my problem. So the throttle body is dead. It doesn't have any juice. It's not bringing itself to life. And that could definitely be why my engine is running like garbage. I mean, right off the bat, I don't see any wires frayed. The harness, at least on this end, looks like it's in okay shape. It might be that the throttle body itself is busted, and I don't want to do that. I mean, these things are real expensive. There probably are some throttle bodies that are used on eBay or something, but oh man, I'd still have to chance it because a used throttle body can also have the same fault, and then I'd have to get a new one of these, a new flange for this, the clamshell type clamp, and then I'd have to weld it on. It's gonna take so much time. Actually, you know what? I just thought of this. Why don't I switch these, and then I'll know if the problem follows. If the problem follows, then I know that it's the throttle body itself. If this throttle body does not work in this position, then I'll know it's actually the throttle body, not the wiring. But if it stays on this end, then it might be the wiring. And the wiring is something I could probably deal with. So without further ado, here's two fingers crossed. Okay, this is round 2. Let's see what happens. Pressing the gas down now. Well, I'll have to look at the tape again. I keep on calling it a tape, it's not a tape. All right, so that is a bit of a result. Now I know that I don't have to buy a new throttle body because this throttle body works. It just, the wiring is not getting there, or it's not getting any voltage to the throttle body. So I'm gonna have to take apart the harness, or at least follow this harness back, because I know it's not the same harness. It's not the same harness as the regular engine loom. And I think that I might find my culprit there. Now, this stuff usually is a lot more complicated. It might be a calibration issue. It might be a problem with the ECU itself. Fingers crossed that there's something simple. Because wiring is not exactly my strong suit. I will do it, but the really in-depth stuff I have no idea about. But I'm just gonna look at the wires and see if I can find something that stands out to me. Yeah, wish me luck. You guys must have really wished me some luck, because here's what I found. Now, when I took apart this little sub harness here, this is a harness for the throttle bodies and I believe some other stuff, but I found this frayed wire right here, and I did take off the insulation here, and I found the wire corresponding to it, and I think this is just a patch harness to go into the ECU, which is right there. So theoretically, I mean, I don't see any other broken wires, but theoretically, if I merge this end and that end together, that throttle body should work. And I know it's usually not this easy, but I think in this case, it just might be. So I'm gonna put this together, and then we'll see if the throttle bodies work. Okay, I can actually see if the throttle bodies are working. And, oh yeah! Oh, that's so good! Okay, so that is a problem fixed. Could that have been our problem the whole time? Wait. Does that mean we can start the car? Okay, here goes this. Well, in theory, this all should work. Come on, baby. I know you want to rev. Man, that's loud. It's actually idling a little better. Before, it was at around 1500 RPM. Now it's at 1000, which is where it should be. Now, I don't know if I'm gonna press down the gas and it'll go away, but that's actually kind of nice. It's not even that loud. I mean, it's loud, but it's not like deafening loud. So let's see if I can rev it just a little bit. All right. right, it's backfiring. It's running really rich. Let's give it, let's see if it goes above 3,500 RPMs. Yeah, we're good on temperature, sorta. Oh boy. And that is still, that's still in limp mode. Oh my God. Okay, I'm gonna wait till this gets a little more temperature in her, and then I wanna see if she hits her upper registers. She needs to sing today. All right, let's try it for the very first time. Let's see if she revs out. I'm a little nervous, but let's send it. That was really loud, but it's just, I can't put into words how that makes me feel. I can't stop smiling. You hear the turbos back there? Oh, this is gonna be a good car. I think we should take it for a drive. Well, not in this episode. I think by next week we may take a drive. Don't hold me to that, but I think we can probably get it done. Comment if you want me to take it for a drive next week. I can't even talk right now. All right, let me compose myself and let me take a minute. Well, that's all the problem. The car definitely revs. It is very, very loud, and it just goes to show you that you have to check every wire. You have to check all the harnesses to make sure that nothing's just frayed or broken. So maybe that wire breaking happened during the insurance inspection when this car was initially inspected by insurance after the fire, or it might have happened during install, or it might have happened during the last shop that had it. Who knows, but it's fixed now. It does still have a code for the fuel composition sensor, and that actually is a flex fuel sensor. So this car does come equipped with a flex fuel sensor. It's not stock, it is aftermarket, but it is there, it's plumbed, it's all wired in, but I ordered a new one, so that should be coming in the next few days. Now, this car does run really rich. I mean, my garage smells, my entire house smells like gasoline. So in its final iteration, I'm gonna make sure that this car doesn't run rich. I want it to run the perfect air-fuel ratio for the power that I want, but this engine sounds very, very healthy. There was some stuff coming out the back, some smoke, but that is basically because it runs really, really rich. It just dumps gasoline into the exhaust stream and creates all this smoke. I'm actually not that mad that my radio doesn't work. If that is my soundtrack, I'm perfectly fine with that. But with that, that's going to be the end of the video. I am literally trembling, guys. It doesn't translate well to camera because the microphone, it peaks at a certain level. This is extremely loud. It's not like race car loud where it hurts your ears, but it is it gets into your soul. So next time, I believe we are going to do maybe some cosmetic mods, maybe some mods back on the turbo kit, but making it look a little bit nicer and making it function a little bit better. So I might be taking that apart, but we still are on track for doing a drive for next week. Hopefully, fingers crossed. So if you'd like to contact me, you can do so at The Real Tavarish. That is Instagram and Twitter, facebook.com/AskTavarish, and AskTavarish@gmail.com is my email. You guys have been sending me a lot of emails, and those emails have been helpful in deciphering all the Cyvex ECU stuff, all the issues that I had with the car, and yeah, just keep them coming. You guys have been really, really great. If you want to listen to me talk about cars every single day, I have a Wrench Everyday podcast with my good friend Andrew Howell. Check it out, it's in the link below. And if you want to buy a shirt that says "You Are the Warranty," just like I am now the warranty for this car, then you can buy that in my Teespring store down below. But until next time, and next time will be good as well. This is me telling you that on cars like this beautiful car that revs to its heart's content, you guys need to wrench every day.